Talking about how this is a season where people are calling in sick and you're being short staffed and what you could do. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to handle your staffing issues. I mean, you're short staffed, people have called in, there's nothing really you can do about it. And so how do you handle it? So I want to give you a few things that you want to consider. One, consider when you're doing your staffing, having some kind of backup, kind of having like some little cushion or backups already in your schedule. Now, I know a lot of times, we tell the person who's on the shift, sorry, but you can't go home because the next person didn't come in. That is not a backup. That is not a scheduled backup because people have things to do. A lot of times people have double jobs, people have families. And so that's not having a backup. So as an employer, it's your responsibility to go ahead and figure out something already in advance. It could be having people, in the schedule per diem. You can have people who are on call. You can have a relationship with an agency who's handling your when you're short on staff who could send you someone quickly. So there's a number of things that you can do, and I would love for us to start using telling someone stay for the next shift because no one came in as the last result. That should not be like an automatic because we're where our turnover is so high, but I'll talk about that at a later time. But that's one of the reasons. Another thing I want you to think about is how you're allocating your resources. What are you doing with your UAPs? Like, are you really getting them to help you as much as possible? Remember, you are short staffed. So some of the things that perhaps maybe they can do that doesn't require a license, give them those activities. Go ahead and look down the list and start looking at all the things that need to be done for the day and seeing how many of these things are really not license requirements, and go ahead and start assigning that to them. And so this kind of balances out the work. We should not see some people just sitting around while other people are just, hightailing it and really just doing so much work. Another thing you think about when you're assigning, I know a lot of times we like to assign by floors and give someone a total floor. Why don't we think about assigning by activities and duties? And so therefore that, there might be some better cycle with that, where one person is doing all the baths, another person is doing, medication. So just kind of think about just shifting the way you do scheduling. It doesn't always have to be this thing where everybody is, scheduled by floor. So those are just like 3 quick tips that, I just wanted to give you. Was that 3? Anyway, those are just some quick tips that I wanted to give you on, what you can do when you're short staffed in this season when we see a lot of people calling in. Have an amazing day.